We got some movies to discuss, and we made our lists, checked them twice. You probably checked yours 3 times.
I did. I had to make a slight adjustment to mine, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only a slight one. I didn't change any of the
yeah.
top 10, just the bottom 10.
Yeah, so we've got, first we're going to cover the top 10 best films of the year, and we do this every year, and we're going to go in reverse order or whatever, so the least best first, and all the way to the bestest.
10 to 1.
All right, so take it away with number 10.
All right, my number 10, top 10 film of the year, my number 10 was Inside Llewyn Davis, the Coen Brothers film about an artist trying to make it in Greenwich Village in the early 1960s, right when the folk movement was happening. I thought it was pretty fantastic.
Really well done character study. I like that. My number 10 was The Counselor. I forget, does that make your list anywhere?
No, it didn't make my
yeah.
list, but like I said, we didn't, or like I was thinking, we didn't do the top 15.
Yeah, right, but it might have made the, so good, Ridley Scott
I want to see
directed.
the unrated cut that's coming out.
Ooh.
Yeah, another 18 minutes, so should be more interesting.
More of Cameron Diaz on top of a car, I think. All right, number 9 for you?
Number 9 for me was Before Midnight, the third film in the Richard Linklater saga of Jessie, and I can't remember her name. Julie Delpy is the actress.
Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke. But I thought it was fantastic, and I liked it just as much as the other two, and it was definitely one of the best films of the year, in my opinion.
It's so weird. I had that exactly as number 9 too, and just you said it all. Before Midnight, folks. If you haven't watched the whole trilogy, you should go for it.
Before Midnight, Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, and now Before Midnight.
There you go. And the next one's going to be called Before Twilight.
Before Dawn.
Number 8.
My number 8 is, I had Before and number 9. My number 8 is actually behind The Candelabra.
Before and behind.
I thought it was pretty fantastic. Very, very profound character study about Liberace, and it's supposed to be a true story. I've never read the novel that it was derived from, but Steven Soderbergh directed, highly recommended.
You just made me wonder, like, if there was anything, like there's supposed to be a wink in that title, like the candelabra is a phallic symbol and we're behind the candelabra.
I think it was like always sort of a signature thing for him, that candelabra on top of the piano. So,
okay.
I don't know.
That's a weird signature thing.
Yeah, well, you know.
My 8 is also weird. Only God Forgives, a movie we both liked. And did we see that like totally by ourselves in that theater?
I was going to say yes, I did like it, and yes, we did see it.
Like nobody else was
by
there.
Ourselves.
That
I actually considered putting that one on my top list and my worst list. Just
it's it does draw strong responses. Some people hate it. I just think it is kind of a mishmash of things like Eyes Wide Shut, or Kubrick and David Lynch and maybe one or two other directors. But to me, if it's all done well enough, I don't care if there's a little bit of
very atmospheric, very little dialogue. Pretty awesome visual imagery, though. I really enjoyed it.
Good stuff. Ryan Gosling still getting it done. Number 7.
Number 7, I got The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug.
Benedict Cumberbatch is the Smaug dragon. Yeah.
Right, and the Necromancer too. He played both parts.
Oh, interesting. Like they couldn't have a separate. I mean, come on.
I guess, but they must have heard Benedict Cumberbatch talk and be like, "Excuse me, sir."
Yeah,
that voice.
You're awesome. Or maybe they're doing some thematic link, like somehow Smaug is connected to Sauron, the forces of Sauron, and so. Well, I think that was a pretty well done movie. Just didn't make the old list for me this year. First one did last year. For my number 7, I have All Is Lost.
All Is Lost.
I was just seeing in the Entertainment Weekly, like, oh yeah, Robert Redford didn't get a deserved, but yeah, he really deserved a Best Actor.
Yeah.
Not, I can't.
It was a truly commanding performance.
Yeah, it's all him. There's like maybe one other guy in the movie, and I don't even know if you ever see his face.
No, I don't think there was any other guy.
I'm just saying the person at the end. I mean, you see a form, right?
Yeah, you see like a hand.
A form, so. Yeah. You see a hand actor, hand model. All right, take it away. Number 6.
Number 6, I got the Spike Jonze masterpiece, Her.
Pretty good stuff.
I thought it was a brilliant examination of our culture and as far as how we're interacting with technology and everything.
We seem to be headed in that direction. Just wake me when you've got the, the robots that are look like people. That then I'll have the relationship with the robot girl. I don't want to just do
Like the girl from AI.
Yeah, right. I don't want to do the robot voice though. That's just not. I mean, maybe it would be fun to talk.
Scarlett
to.
Johansson didn't sound very robotic, but she definitely had sort of a naivety to her voice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was weird how they played her as like an AI that was just growing
Constantly evolving.
growing constantly. So
Yeah.
for my number 6, I got the old Dallas Buyers Club and Matthew McConaughey. I really think he's gonna take that Best Actor thing, and I just want to recommend to you, Mr. McConaughey, that you've already said the all right at the Golden Globes, so I'm just going to recommend you don't do that again. It's really become your sort of equivalent of faux shizzle my nizzle. It's played. So I would drop it at this point.
I think he's going to do it.
He probably will.
think
He
he's
shouldn't.
gonna do it.
He should listen to me. Okay.
Yeah. Number 5 for me was actually on his list. We just spoke about it. All Is Lost. For me, it was number 5. I felt like it was, like we said, transcendent, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it. So.
And my 5 was, usually I have a couple more of these on the list, a sci-fi kind of or a comic booky kind of thing. This is the only one that made the list this year, Star Trek Into Darkness, and
That one was good.
pretty well done.
Yeah. I can't say I liked it as much as the first one, but I don't feel like it had the lag that most modern-day sequels have.
Yeah, and I really like all the winks and nods to Wrath of Khan, and,
Yeah.
and even Space Seed, the episode where Khan first appeared in the original series.
I enjoyed it.
Alrighty, what's your next?
Number 4, I've got Nebraska, the
Good-
Alexander
good
Payne
movie.
film. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Bruce Dern's fantastic in it. I mean, really, it's a pretty quiet, I would say almost minimalistic sort of film, but it's very good. I recommend it.
It's kind of cool. I could take some of the movies you made and probably a few others, and I could come up with another list of 10 that even if I had to give this as my 10, I would still be this is a dang good list so it's a good
Right.
year for movies.
Definitely.
My number 4 was Out of the Furnace. Really, I think that's just super neglected by the Academy and pretty much everyone else, and I have to think it's because all the love is going to the other one, American Hustle.
Yeah.
That's the Christian Bale movie that we're going to get behind, and maybe the studio that for Out of the Furnace that produced that, maybe they can't compete with that money-wise. But you need to check out Out of the Furnace on DVD.
I enjoyed Out of the Furnace. I really liked Woody Harrelson's performance in it. I felt like he was kind of like the simmering tension of the whole film.
Oh yeah, he sure
So.
kept things edgy.
Yeah. So then I got number 3. Looks like I've got The Wolf of Wall Street. Martin Scorsese's most recent film. I mean, it's pretty much pitch perfect, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was pretty funny, and I also thought it was pretty much sort of a profound examination on greed and really our modern day Wall Street. Gordon Gekko is Jordan Belfort, I would say.
Yeah, and I would add to that if I think of the people I didn't see Captain Phillips, so I can't say it. Well, no, Hanks didn't get a nomination for.
No, he
So of the people nominated, I think for Best Actor, if anybody would be deserving just as much or maybe more than Matthew McConaughey, I'd go for Leo. And
Yeah, McConaughey is kind of the foregone conclusion at this point. But,
yeah, but
I mean, anything can happen.
yeah.
Adrian Brody can win again.
No, he can't. Number 3, I have Blue is the Warmest Color.
Missed that one.
Yeah, it's a French movie, which I think this might be the first time ever. I'll admit that I'm a little lax on seeing the foreign films, and this might be the first time. No, one year I had Swimming Pool on my
was a
list,
good
pretty
one
high
too,
up.
though.
So the French usually find a way to get to me, especially when they get erotic, which
Parlez-vous français?
erotic. This one is very erotic, but it's also 3 hours long. So if you're watching it just for that, you're probably going to get bored. But I love the sort of portrait of real life that is in this movie.
Yeah, it was very, very highly acclaimed. I wanted to see it, but I just missed it.
Yeah,
So my number 2 film, I got The Place Beyond the Pines.
good movie.
It was released earlier this year, and it also has Ryan Gosling in it, and Bradley Cooper. But I think it's kind of gotten a little bit overlooked.
Came out too early.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it came out too early. But it's very good. The less you know about it, the better, I would
Right.
say.
I wish I had known something about it that kind of
I knew nothing about it
took away.
going
Well,
in.
that's
so.
good. Yeah, there's something about the way the movie's constructed that it's sort of like it's nice to be a surprise.
Definitely.
And that's my one regret that I saw that in the theater and it was a long time ago, and then I didn't watch it again because if I had watched it again, it might have made my top 10 list too. So my number 2 is The Wolf of Wall Street. So I think we've already talked the heck up out of that, but
It's awesome.
If you haven't, I think it still might even be in theaters somewhere.
It definitely is.
So go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your number 1, sir?
My number 1, drum roll, 12 Years a Slave. is
Oh
my
yeah,
number 1 film.
yeah. I can see that.
I just have to say I thought it was the most affecting of all the films I saw this year, and really I feel like it's probably one of the most important ones too. So
And I think that's a good odds of taking the best picture, but
yeah, we'll see. I think Gravity's kind of got this second
Really?
wind push coming
Holy
in.
cow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from what I've heard at least.
So, and I totally agree. That's a great movie. My only, qualm or just I thought maybe tonally that they stayed a little too much in the sort of dread and terror, almost. That kind of. I like movies to have a little bit more of an up and down, but it's so well acted, so well filmed, and everything that it's just
35 days with one camera.
Wow.
That movie was made in 35 days with one camera.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't
How's
it?
that possible? That doesn't seem possible. Anyway, my number 1 is talk about one camera. Upstream Color, which is definitely the cheapest made movie on this list, but it doesn't look cheap. It's another great short. Another great low budget movie. What do you call it? Independent film created by Shane Carruth who also made Primer. This one didn't get quite as much play. I mean, it had an initial kind of splash when it was like, oh, Shane Carruth is back with a new movie, like nobody saw it coming. But I think he released it himself. He promoted it himself. He had people working for him, but I think maybe I would have gone for still the old system of trying to get some company to distribute for you, and it might have broken through more. But maybe he was just more interested in, I want to experiment not only with the filmmaking, but with how the filmmaking reaches people. Because it got to me, I had that I don't think it was ever released in St. Louis, but within like a month, it was on the shelves at Blockbuster,
Yeah.
and so.
Didn't he have like 5 or 6 different hats during production? Like he did like.
Oh,
the
he does.
music,
Yeah,
the
he always
director.
does a lot of different. He does. He
Yeah.
writes it. He stars in it. He scores it, and then you look at things in the credits. You can see like other Carruth, like family members and stuff like that. So I just think it's really a well put together. The other thing is it's got some really interesting sort of sci-fi ideas, but done in a very subtle way.
I would say I like that film a lot, and it would probably be in like my top 20 or so. But my biggest complaint of that movie is it is very, very, very convoluted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those ones that's going to take you 2 or 3.
And it gives you zero exposition. You will not hear anybody in this movie explaining to you what the paranormal phenomena is that's going on, and there is paranormal phenomena. So if you need to have that kind of character, the Scully or whoever, the Mulder, giving you that, well, it could be this and it could be this, but it definitely is not that. I mean, then this ain't going to be the movie for you. But
it takes patience to watch.
it does take, and you probably do need to see it twice to really fully appreciate it. But speaking of